Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video, I will be talking about the rise and fall of one of Africa's unpopular dictators, Idi Amin Dada. Before we delve in deeper, if you are new to this channel, please help us grow our channel by clicking on the subscription icon. Welcome back to our returning subscribers. Please don't forget to like and share this video. Thank you. Idi Amin Dada's 8-year reign as president of Uganda was marked by extreme brutality, economic mismanagement, and the violent persecution of minority ethnic groups. His rise to power and subsequent downfall remain a chilling reminder of the fragility of political systems and the dangers of unchecked power. Born in 1925 in the West Nile province of Uganda, Idi Amin had a humble beginning. He had limited formal education and joined the King's African Rifles, a British colonial army, in 1946. Idi Amin quickly rose through the ranks, participating in suppression campaigns against Somali rebels and later serving in Kenya during the Mau Mau uprising. Idi Amin's military career continued after Uganda gained independence in 1962. He was promoted to major in 1963 and became commander of the Army and Air Force by 1966. However, his relationship with Prime Minister Milton Obote deteriorated over time. In 1971, while Obote was attending a conference abroad, Idi Amin seized power in a military coup. He capitalized on widespread discontent with Obote's socialist policies and centralized rule. Initially, Idi Amin was welcomed by many Ugandans who hoped for stability and change. Amin consolidated his power by cultivating a personality cult and brutally eliminating any opposition. He established a highly centralized and authoritarian regime, with himself as the ultimate authority. Dissenting voices were silenced through arbitrary arrests, torture, and extrajudicial killings. Idi Amin's regime quickly descended into extreme violence and blatant disregard for human rights. His government targeted specific ethnic groups, particularly the Acholi and Longo, whom he perceived as loyal to the ousted President Obote. Widespread purges within the military and civil service resulted in the arbitrary detention and murder of countless individuals. The scale of atrocities committed during Idi Amin's rule remains staggering. Estimates suggest that between 100,000 and 500,000 Ugandans were killed or disappeared under his regime. Mass graves were uncovered, and reports of torture, arbitrary imprisonment, and the use of terror became commonplace. Beyond the targeted killings, Idi Amin's regime also persecuted and expelled Uganda's Asian minority. In 1972, he ordered the expulsion of approximately 80,000 Ugandan Asians, mainly of Indian descent, who formed the backbone of the country's economy. This disastrous decision resulted in economic collapse, as vital businesses and industries were disrupted. Idi Amin's economic policies were characterized by mismanagement, corruption, and a lack of understanding of basic economic principles. He nationalized several major industries, placing them in the hands of inexperienced cronies, leading to a rapid decline in production and efficiency. The expulsion of Asian entrepreneurs further exacerbated the economic downturn. Under Idi Amin's rule, Uganda's economy plummeted into chaos. Hyperinflation, shortages of basic goods, and widespread unemployment became the norm. The country's once thriving agricultural sector deteriorated due to neglect and mismanagement. Idi Amin's foreign policy was marked by erratic behavior, unpredictability, and a penchant for grandstanding. He initially maintained close ties with Israel and Western powers, but later shifted his allegiances towards Libya and the Soviet Union. His stance on international issues was often contradictory and inconsistent. Idi Amin gained notoriety for his eccentric and often bizarre behavior on the international stage. He was known for his flamboyant style, awarding himself numerous medals and titles, and making outlandish pronouncements. His unpredictable nature made him a pariah among many world leaders. Idi Amin's regime finally came to an end in 1979. His decision to invade neighboring Tanzania proved to be his undoing. Tanzanian forces, supported by Ugandan exiles, launched a counter-offensive, pushing back Idi Amin's troops and eventually capturing Kampala, the Ugandan capital. Idi Amin fled into exile, initially finding refuge in Libya before settling in Saudi Arabia, where he remained until his death in 2003. Despite the gravity of his crimes, he never faced any international tribunal or justice for the atrocities committed under his rule. The legacy of Idi Amin's rule in Uganda is one of profound tragedy and lasting scars. His regime's brutal repression, economic mismanagement, and ethnic persecution left a deep imprint on Ugandan society. The country faced a long and arduous process of recovery in the aftermath of his downfall. The name Idi Amin became synonymous with brutal dictatorship and a symbol of the worst excesses of authoritarian rule. His legacy serves as a stark reminder of the importance of upholding human rights, promoting good governance, and safeguarding against the abuse of power. Idi Amin's rise and fall holds several lessons. The first lesson is the dangers of unchecked power. Idi Amin's consolidation of absolute power, combined with the absence of any checks and balances, allowed his regime to descend into extreme brutality. The second lesson is the fragility of institutions. The ease with which Idi Amin dismantled Uganda's institutions, including the judiciary and civil service, demonstrates the vulnerability of young democracies. The third lesson is the destructive nature of ethnic politics. Idi Amin's exploitation of ethnic divisions exacerbated existing tensions and fueled violence, leaving lasting divisions within Ugandan society. And the last lesson for this video is the importance of economic prudence. Idi Amin's reckless economic policies, including the expulsion of Asians and mismanagement of nationalized industries, led to economic ruin and widespread suffering. The memory of Idi Amin's reign of terror serves as a cautionary tale, urging constant vigilance in protecting human rights, promoting tolerance, and building just and equitable societies. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and drop a comment below, and to support the growth of this YouTube channel by subscribing. Also click on the notification bell below so that you will be notified when we post a new video. Thank you and see you in the next video.